Who's your guy then? Do you have a guy right now that you do like to watch, especially as a starter? Like for me, I would think of maybe Spencer Strider. He'll still play off that fastball as much as anybody, rightfully so, as he should.
Punching tickets. I don't know everyone out there. I ain't gonna lie to you one bit. I do know him. I still watch Cole all the time. You know, he's got that easy cheese, and he still likes to use it. Um, but the dude you just mentioned from Atlanta, he don't care. He just punches tickets. Just here it comes. And I feel like guys like that have it. He dominates games because he gets ahead with number one. You know, dominates.
You talk to Cole often? You still talk?
Oh, we text more than phone calls, but we keep in touch quite a bit. Yeah.
Hey, you're one of the kids now. You're one of the kids now. Everyone texts. If you snap them,
answer my phone.
If you tell them you snap them, then you're really one
I
of the
definitely
kids.
will snap them. Yeah, I definitely will snap them. I ain't afraid to snap. We keep in touch here and there.
Yeah, you played with him in Pittsburgh, right? When he first came up?
Right.
So did you have any advice for him when he went to New York? Were you like, hey man, I lived it, I did it?
I did. He texted me here and there as more of a congratulations man on it. Where he was when he signed for New York was so far away from when he came to Pittsburgh. Like you always saw that kid in there. Like you knew he was gonna be great. You knew Cole was gonna be great. It's a matter of will he listen, or will he? Because Cole had it figured out too when he came up. But see, that didn't stop me. Like he was a guy that needed to be yelled at, maybe because he never got yelled at. I don't know. But I was on him all the time. He had me throwing hooks with him and Cincy in the cage. I mean, for hours. He wore me out as much as I wore him out. But it was more of a congratulations type thing. Like it wasn't like watch out or dude, it's gonna be great. It was just, I was happy for him. I knew at some point I didn't realize he was gonna be one of the best in the game, like that far best in the game. But I knew he was gonna be great. I was just super happy for him, man. He came a long way.
Yeah, I mean, and he's super rich and super successful, and a great interview too. Like he'll tell it to you straight,
Oh yeah, he will.
No cookie cutter, which we appreciate. Did you notice anything aside from him and getting him to not be a young buck and listen to people? But did you notice anything within the Pirates organization? Because there are players, and that's like a famous thing. And Cole was one of the poster boys for it. Is hey, Pittsburgh's telling me to do something one way, and then I go somewhere else, and I get unlocked, and look at me go. And some of the other names, including, did you play with Charlie Morton too?
I did.
Yep.
I did. Nasty. But same type of thing, trying to figure it out the whole time they're there, and then as soon as they go somewhere else, they just shoot up. I mean, from what I hear, it's ridiculous. They just teach them completely different ways to pitch than they've ever pitched, if that makes sense. Like these guys get to the big leagues or they get drafted pitching a certain way, and then you're gonna just go change everything about them. They didn't have Cole throwing up in the zone, so when he came up to big league, and that's what he did before, and then they got him and they threw him all two seamers. Two seamers get the ball on the ground, a kid throwing 100, and then finally he started elevating again. It was back to where he was. So I don't understand that process. I mean, I've been there and I have listened when I shouldn't have, so I get it. But at the same time, I teach all these kids. So, I mean, it's just a number of things. It's just ridiculous. Like it's like they're prepping them for something that they don't need to prep them for. It's overthinking everything.
And that's weird. You would think that the communication flow goes from the minors to the majors, like it's one fluid plan.
It does not.
From what I hear, it does not. Yeah, I don't know.
Now, some organizations it is. Some organizations, no. I mean, we just talked about the White Sox. Right?
But I'm saying
we've heard about Pittsburgh. Who was it? Said it was like a damn Navy SEAL training.
Tyler Glasnow is another great example. Said,
yes,
right. That's what it was like. Phrase, but yeah.
Yes. Like when I got traded over there, thank God I was 38 and I'd already been in the big leagues. I was like, I ain't doing what these kids are doing. Are you shitting me? Like, they gonna make a big league team because they can run certain, and do, underwater breathing and walk on coals and all this shit is gonna make them better. I mean, let's go, man. But it's just one of those things where I feel like some organizations, I don't know where it comes from, but we still have a leash on these kids. We can do what we want to do with them. So let's just put them through hell because we can. I mean, honestly, that's the way I feel. That's how Pittsburgh was when I got there. It was early work, once a week. I mean, it was just minor league as it could be. And I'm like, no wonder you guys are dead tired by, August. No wonder, I mean, things had to be changed, and they were, and we got better and they won.
Did you say anything? Like, hey, I've been
said
around the
so
league for a
many
while.
things.
This
I
is
said
weird.
so
We're
many-
not going
Yeah.
to Operation whatever.
Yeah, I did. I said a lot, man. I mean, I had some great talks with Clint, and Clint was great. He let me be me and let me kind of run the guys because obviously I was the oldest and the veteran of the group. So the early working shit stopped. Preparation got better, but all the hoop and hula that they try to just do to these kids because they can, because it's their first, second year in the big leagues. Uncle with that. These guys are big leaguers. Treat them like big leaguers. You know what I mean? Let them fail and succeed as big leaguers, and they'll be fine. But when you treat them like kids and run them to death and do all this crazy shit, it's just gonna make them hate baseball and want to leave or want to get traded.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Don't most teams, don't you believe this, that most teams, yeah, it's great if you have a manager, that's great, but it has to be led by the players. Like there has to be a player leader, right? It can't always come from the manager and coaches. There has to be somebody in the room that steps up and says, hey, don't do this, or we're doing it this way.
Yeah.
And I think players
100%.
follow that better, right?
100%. That's one of the reasons everybody asks me when I'm going to get back in the game. That's why I haven't yet, because no disrespect to any coach I had great ones. I had Arnsberg, I had Ray, great managers too. But like you said, it's different when somebody is there in the now with you, in the heat of the things with you, failing like you failed, like I mentioned, or succeeding like you just did last game, or doing things a little better than you did. Or it's different, like I had great coaches help me. I had some that were just there to make me laugh and relax, and I think a great big league coach is just somebody who needs to be able to relate to the pitcher, not exactly coach the pitcher, just find a way to relate to them, but it has to come from a player. I'm a big believer in that. It's not that there's no disrespect or that they're not going to listen or we're not going to listen to the manager, because we are, and coaches that we are, but like I said, you have somebody there in the battle with you, in the heat of it, that's done it or is doing it. It matters for sure, especially if somebody has done it for 15, 17 plus years.
Okay. Well, then when you were at the Marlins and you threw the ball through the truck window, was there a pitcher that was like, what the fuck are you doing? Or did you just do that on your own and be like, screw y'all, do whatever I want?